Zeb, it's time for your workout.
I have 4. There's 5. There's 6. There's 1,007. 1,008. 1,009. 1,010. Oh, sorry, just getting my pump on today. Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's great to have you guys here, and by the name of the title of this video, you guys know what you're getting into. And today, as requested by you guys in my DMs on Instagram, we're going to be looking at 5 awesome workout exercises for your biceps. And again, this video has come around because I've had a real amount of people asking me to cover this. And of course, I'd love to share some great exercise that we can do at home without any weights or a gym or gym equipment, because of course, with this whole pandemic that's going on. But before we do get started, you know what I'm going to say. If you do like my videos, please drop it a like, subscribe to my channel, and while you're there, hit the notifications bell so you guys know whenever my content is coming out. But anyway, guys, let's get started with today's 5 bicep exercises. For our first exercise, we're going to be doing one that's called the door pull. And that's really simple because we quite literally need to use the frame of our door, and we're going to be pulling ourselves to it. Now, don't worry, I'll be doing a full demonstration just after I explain it a bit more. So basically, if you can imagine that there's a lovely door frame in front of me, I have put my feet both sides of the door frame and I'm leaning back. Then I'm going to be pulling myself up to the door with just the one arm. And then of course you swap over so you can do it on both arms. But you lean back and you pull yourself up. So bearing in mind, the further your feet go into the hugging of the wall or the door frame, so to speak, and the further you lean back, the more tension you're going to get on your bicep as you can pull yourself up. All right? But don't worry, guys, I'm going to be doing a demo for you right now. Pretty awesome, right? So that leads us on to our second exercise for today, and it's called the prisoner curl. And I know that sounds freaky and that sounds awesome as well. And it's basically the type of exercise you see in those older movies where people are incarcerated and they're there lifting something heavy, you know, bent over, like rah, rah. But that's exactly what we're going to be doing here for our exercise. And I know I said you don't need to have a weight, so a barbell or a dumbbell, but if you could, go grab yourself something that'll offer a bit of resistance. And of course, I have the best oranges in the world here. But if you guys go ahead, grab yourselves like a milk carton or a book, like a heavier book, or even a shopping bag, anything that will offer up a bit of resistance for your bicep to be put under that bit more tension. Cool. So of course, I'm going to show you how it is live in just a second, but to talk you through what I'm looking for here, we're going to be seated. And if you're new to the channel, you haven't seen this lovely table before, but if you've been around for a while, you know that my living room table has gone through the most transitions of the whole house. But anyway, so we're going to be sitting down and we're going to be bent over. And we're going to be using our knee as a bit of stability here. And this is the basic part of the exercise, a bicep curl. But at the bottom of the movement, you want to turn your wrist towards yourself, and then on the way up, you want to make it that your pinky or your little baby finger is up in the sky. So the range of motion here for your arm, you lower the weight or the bottle, and you turn your fist into yourself, and then at the top of the exercise, you will be turning it further away. So your pinky is in the air. So basically down and then up. down, and then up. And that way you're going to be placing more tension on your bicep and then also getting to move your muscle around that wee bit more. And that of course is what we want. But let's check it out for a complete set. Well, I hope you enjoyed that second exercise. Now we're moving into our third one, and that is of course going to be our hammer curl. And if you've seen me over on Instagram, you see that I always wear my Thor's hammer for motivation. So it would be rude to not include the hammer curl here in today's bicep video. And a hammer curl is a variation of the regular standard bicep curl. And quite simply, in a regular bicep curl, we would be having our hand like so, and we'll be lifting our weight just in this motion here. But for a hammer curl, what we want to do is go ahead and twist the bottle so that it's upright. And basically what that's doing, it's putting your hand in a different mechanical position. And that of course is being triggered by your tendons and your muscles. So whenever you bring your hand upright, this will just allow you to engage your muscle fibers slightly differently. And that's the motion that we want to be doing. But of course, I'm going to go ahead and show you a complete set right now. You guys are already feeling that pump. Either you're doing this while I'm describing the exercises to you, or you're mentally already preparing yourself for that relished pump. But moving on to our fourth exercise, it's going to be slightly different. It's going to be a type of isometric training. Instead of having like a dynamic flow of a movement, we're going to be holding our muscles in the same spot and putting the tension through that muscle. And of course that for today is the bicep. So we're going to be doing an isometric bicep hold. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what I mean. But first of all, we need to grab ourselves a towel. So this one is quite large because I am quite tall. And that really will play into this exercise because you want to have a towel that will allow you to do this properly. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck the bottom part underneath my foot. But again, don't worry, I'll show you this all properly in just a second. But to talk you through the mechanics of it, I have tucked that towel underneath my foot, and I'm going to be standing upright on it and just holding the towel and trying to pull it up to my body as pretty much as hard as I can. But that's putting the isometric strain into the bicep. So instead of, as we have been doing through our other exercises, we've been going ahead and having a curling motion. But for this one, I just want you to hold it and hold it for 30 seconds for as hard as you can. And you'll be able to see in the video here that I'm putting stress in through my bicep, and that's simply because of this type of training. And then of course you go ahead and swap it up to your other foot, but I'll go ahead and demo it for you guys properly. finish off, we're going to be doing a bag curl. And this quite simply is a regular bicep curl. However, we don't have any dumbbells or weights. So I've gone ahead and got myself a rucksack, popped a couple of water bottles in here, and for good measure, I'll throw in the best orange juice in the world. Let me zip this up first. Cool, there we go. And you can use either a rucksack, backpack, or of course a shopping bag, anything that will just have weight to it and offer resistance for our bicep. And just like the hammer curl, this is the variation that I mentioned in that, which is the regular bicep curl. But to talk you through the mechanics, let's pay attention, all right? So we want the top of our arms to be in line with our spine. So keep that nice and straight, and basically, if I can talk, keep that elbow in a fixed position. Obviously it can move around a little bit, but what you want to avoid is doing a bicep curl where, see, my elbow is just flaring around the place. And basically why we want to avoid that is if we're moving our elbow, we're going to be using other muscles to move the weight. But we're doing a bicep workout today, which means that we want to be focusing on the bicep. So do yourself a favor and keep that elbow relatively in place. Also, you want to lean that slight bit forward to again disable the input from your front deltoid, because it just wants to help out. It wants to help out its buddy, right? So this is what it'll look like, and just lift it up. Oh, see that? A bit too much elbow movement. There we go. It's a little bit better. The front on. There we go. But of course, I'm going to be doing a complete set for you guys right now. Well guys, that's all from me here today with my bicep tips for you guys. These are very much the exercises that I do here by myself during this pandemic. And while the gyms are still closed, we can still get that workout in, focusing on different parts of the body. And of course, that leads me right on to my other videos that I've covered. And you can find them all down below in the description. I've given you guys tips, for example, how to focus a workout routine on your chest. I've also covered your tricep, I've covered abs, and much, much more. They are all down below in the description for you guys to just check out at your leisure and for you guys to get buff and in shape in your own home. Well, if you have enjoyed my video and the other ones that I've done, please do drop this video a like. It really does help out my channel. Also, subscribe while you're there and hit the notifications bell so you guys get notified whenever my content is dropping. And again, why wouldn't you? I mean, it's straight up awesome. I mean, I do speak for myself here, but it is awesome content. But if you also want to see what I'm getting up to on a daily basis, little shorter tidbits of information, either to do with nutrition or with other workout advice and just good vibes all around, you can find me over on Instagram at Fitness with Seb. And that's where I am most of the time during the day. Well guys, I'm signing off now. As always, be safe, and I'll see you in the next one.